Well, there's been a lot of you that have been asking about the Lodestar, and I keep saying, we're gonna work on it, we're gonna work on it, and you know what? I think today's finally the day. We're gonna work on it. What do you think? Should we work on the Lodestar? Rowan's got his popsicle over here. But I think we're gonna be, I don't think you guys have ever seen the pit in use. We have a pit here. It's what we used to use before we have the lift. But we don't really use it anymore. But the Lodestar is just such an awkward vehicle that I think we're gonna use the lift today. Just because I'm gonna be working underneath it a little bit, and it's pretty low. And so it's kind of hard to get underneath there into the weird position. So I'm just gonna pull it over the pit. So before we do that, we actually need to kind of move this stuff because this pit cover comes up and we roll it over with the winch. So we're gonna do some cleaning up real fast. Right, Rowan? Yeah, okay, so maybe Rowan will grab the broom and I'll move all this stuff so we can make room for the big old pit cover. Stand over here. Right here. Look at my finger. So as you can see here, this is our winch to get the cover up. We'll lift this up, and then actually where these marks are right here, there are wheels. Wheels on the actual cover. So I'll lift that up, move these over to the marks, then I'll set it down. Of course, air compressor. Then I'll set it down and we can roll it over. Well, pit's all opened up. I'm talking to the camera.
Oh.
Open up the door. And we can go get the Lodestar. She's hanging out over here in our new barn.
Throw it in there.
Strawberries.
Yeah, hold this pokey.
Hold your pokey T-pin. What are you feeding them?
Some strawberries.
Strawberries? Oh, he bonked him on the noggin. Hey, Mr. Pig.
Hey, Mr. Pig. I want my carrot.
Well, here she is. Nice and dirty, like always. Put the other board back on the rear end of this, cover it all up. I actually want to figure out what we want to do with the back end here. Just because there's, I don't know, we need to figure out if we just want to do tubs or if we want to do flatbed. Flatbed's like, yeah, it'd be more of a useful truck, but at the end of the day, this is more of a show truck, so I don't know, we'll figure it out. I don't even know if she'll even start. Neutral. Kill switch off. Well, pump's going. See if she has any juice. Drive the truck?
Yeah.
All right. On this side? So I guess for those of you who are new or unaware, this is our, I guess, Frankenstein of a build. Originally it was started as a 63 Loadstar, International Loadstar. And as you can see, we have a Dt360 International 5.9 diesel engine in it. That is obviously turboed, intercooled, all the good stuff. We've been working on this several years now, and she's pretty cool. She's fun to drive. So, but yeah, there's a few things that we need to kind of put back together, such as like headlight wiring and things like that, things that we've had to take apart. Somewhat recently, we put on this P pump, which increased our power quite a bit. I'm not sure how much. I'm actually going to be doing a video here soon on how much faster it is. We're going to upgrade the turbo, but haven't got there yet. Looks like we should probably clean our filter. That looks lovely. But yeah, just a cool truck. Still gonna put some fans on it. She actually runs pretty cool for the most part. But yeah, so like I said, there's a few things that I want to do to her. Reason for the pit is gonna be working under here. Here we have our lifter pump, and then our fuel pressure regulator. We don't really know how much fuel that she is delivering since we put this pump on. I think we want it to be around 30 PSI. And so we need to have a gauge we can put on here, turn on the pump, and then we can actually adjust it to what it needs to be. So that's the main reason I wanted to pull under the pit, because it's a lot easier than trying to crawl underneath here. Yeah. So yeah, I guess first things first, maybe I'll start on figuring out these lights, get them back wired together. All right, Ryan's out here to help me with everything. He's gonna be installing our exhaust gas temperature probe here. He's just gonna be drilling straight into our manifold. From our little bit of research we did, sounds like number 3 cylinder pre-turbo. So it's kind of mixed opinions on it, but from people that seem like maybe they're smart, said that if you're doing it stock, you want it after the turbo, just because the turbo itself is obviously going to be generating heat. So if you probe after the turbo, you're going to be getting some of the turbo heat as well, where the point of the probe is to see what your cylinder temperatures are. So if you go after that, one guy said he saw as much as what, 600 degrees difference yeah, from pre to post turbo. So since obviously we're not going crazy, but it's definitely not stock anymore, so we're going to be going pre-turbo. And he said number 3 cylinder is the hottest, I guess.
Yeah, that's what that, according to the internet. And you know the internet never lies.
Yeah, of course. So and obviously I don't know, obviously you want them to all to be running somewhat close, but so, and obviously number 3 cylinders right there, easiest, so we'll go with that guy. So yeah, he's gonna be drilling into that, and it's just 1/8 inch, pretty standard 1/8 inch NBT thread. So Ryan's gonna do that, and I'm just gonna be hooking up all these lights, the headlights. We cut these just because we took the fenders off and everything. So I need to hook all those back up, get all the turn indicator lights working, and then yeah, we'll go from there.
We don't need the shield on here, right?
Well, we have everything kind of wrapped up for things we needed to get done. Here we have our exhaust probe. Ryan did a good job on that. Looks good, and then it was even long enough where we could wrap it back through our wiring loom here. Makes everything look nice and clean. And it comes, yeah, it comes into the firewall with all our other wires. And turn the lights on. Here we have the gauge, and we did start it up and it does work, so that's good. And then I guess we have our lights on. Our lights, high beams.
Whoa, look at that.
And then unfortunately just our left blinker's working, as you can see there. For some reason when we go to right, it doesn't want to go, so gonna have to figure that out.
Just left-hand turns from here on out.
Yeah. We can be like, don't like UPS do that or something. They like came out with some big study, and they found that if they only turn, which is probably only turn right, they save like so much fuel a year. So they like, in the cities, I think, they just turn right.
Just loops.
So, or maybe I just made that all up.
Well, NASCAR, I think, only can make.
Oh yeah, and that's probably so they can save fuel.
Save
They just turn left all the time. So yeah, and then I guess we can show you the fuel gauge, but I don't know, it's not really working. We hooked up the fuel gauge down here onto our regulator, and I don't know if that gauge doesn't work or not doing something right. When we turn the pump on and adjust the regulator, it's not adjusting on the gauge, so I'm not 100% sure why that's not working, but I guess we'll just have to figure that out. But I guess it's running with or without the fuel where it needs to be exactly, so I guess we can keep running it until we figure out if we need a new gauge or I don't know. So we'll figure that out later, but I guess we have headlights and at least a left turn signal, so.
What's nice about these like older vehicles too is you can just, we're good.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about gaps and all that, because from factory they came with terrible gaps, so. Yeah, I think we're gonna take it for a spin. Need to put some water in it, but other than that, might as well go for a cruise, right? I guess we can at least kind of see.
Seatbelts. Safety first.
Safety first. Well, went pretty smooth. Really just need to figure out that right turn signal, and then there's a radiator leak that we just need to fix, kind of tighten the fitting or something. But overall, everything went really good. It's nice to have this kind of roadworthy again. We can start taking her to lunch and stuff, and I don't know, just driving it. That's why we built it, so we can drive it. And we haven't really driven it much since it's been kind of roadworthy. So, and I just want to start working on it again. There's a lot of stuff. Mainly just get that back end figured out, what we want to do with it. Yeah, I don't know. We just keep going back and forth on if we want to do just do tubs or do a flatbed, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. But at least it's drivable again. And so we will definitely see it on the channel more. Here soon. I actually want to make a video of going to weigh it. Go find a scale and see how much she weighs. Because, I don't know, the front's really heavy, but the back's not at all. So we'll see. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this one here. Glad we finally made this video. I know you guys have been asking for the Lodestar, so I finally gave it to you. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.